Good evening and welcome to Full Time Reds. I'm your host, Chris Brack, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, Kev. How are we doing, Kev? Yeah. Liverpool are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Yay!
Wasn't the way we would have liked to have got there, but we'll go through it, Kev. Look, it wasn't the best performance, but ultimately it was job done. I think it was a combination of me personally. I thought Liverpool were trying to sort of coax their way through it, trying to manage minutes, manage legs, not overexert themselves, and some very wasteful finishing, which that's probably the only frustration I would say in the last 2 games, maybe 3, is finishing's been a little bit wasteful. But look, it's not. I mean, look, Twitter is its own hyperbole. It is very doom and gloom and very, very world's worst. But I think the performance was below par. Was it as bad as everyone thinks? Probably not. I think slightly better finishing. You're looking at a slightly better result. But look, we saw the game out. We've limited them to 3 shots on target in 2 games. And the only goal they score is an absolute beaut. It's a cracking goal. We can talk about Liverpool and how we can defend it better, but credit Lautaro Martinez. That's some finish, that what he does. But let's start again. Lineup. What were you thinking?
I thought Jones would start. Felt the amount of games that Jordan Henderson's played in the last few weeks, I thought tonight would be the one he'd miss out. I was surprised Thiago came on from the start, to be honest. But I was happy enough with it. The front 3, I thought, Jota needed a start, and you could tell. But overall, I was happy enough. I was surprised with their starting lineup, to be honest, that Dzeko didn't play. He scored. He scored 2 at the weekend.
On the pitch, did he? Yeah, he scored on the pitch, and he's always good against us.
Yeah, he scored 2 at the weekend, and Martinez scored 3. I thought if they were going to get goals, it would be from that pair.
Yeah, Sanchez before his red was lively to that. Arj obviously doesn't agree with me. We nearly coached out the competition. Personally, that's your opinion. I don't agree that we nearly coached out the competition. I think sloppy finishing was the only frustration tonight because, yes, they had the red card changed the game. It's not our fault. The lad keeps jumping in, doing tackles over ankle height. That's your own look at. He lost his head there. But look, I still think on another day you get at least a draw out of that game. It happens. But what people are forgetting is we've probably done the bulk of the hard work in the first leg. 2-0 win away in Italy, and I could never see them scoring 2 or 3 past us.
No.
And that's been their problem. They aren't anywhere near clinical enough at the high level, and people will get past them. But we don't concede many. You can see why we don't concede many.
Look, I understand the frustration, but the frustration's borne out on us on poor finishing. Yeah. I thought if that's as good as Inter can play, then I'm not impressed. And it's not. I've seen them much better. The thing is, we kept them at arm's length pretty much all game. We bossed the ball. The goal they scored was from our mistake. But even throughout the first half, you go through the first half, it was almost like a nothing game for 20 minutes. It was like, we'll see what you got in the first 5. They had a bit of joy down the right against Trent Perisic. I thought Perisic is a good player. Look, he's gonna challenge Trent on the inside or the outside, but Trent handled him pretty well. They had one header. They had the one header in the first quarter of an hour, I think, and then Matip had his one that rattled the crossbar.
Should score. He should. Look, he gets a good connection. He should score. But about a minute late, 30 seconds later, Van Dijk has had it's good by Screen.
Yeah, Skriniar did really well to get across the deflect.
Yeah, half time. Obviously, some of the chat don't agree with me. What match was I watching? I was watching Liverpool. I don't know what match you think I was watching. We were sloppy in everything. I don't think we were sloppy. We were sloppy. That's why we've lost, because we didn't take our chances, and we should have took our chances. Yeah. We cut them open enough times with routine chances to me. I thought we were sloppy.
I thought we were sloppy in our passing.
Very sloppy.
I thought we were very loose in the passing in the first quarter of an hour. Pressured into giving the ball away in bad areas. Thiago can be guilty of that at times, trying too much in the wrong place. When it comes off, it looks fantastic, but when it doesn't, you give yourself problems. it was neither here nor there. For the night that's in it, I'm sickened that we lost. But
me too. I don't like us losing, but ultimately we're through because the most work's done the first leg. I mean, look, I can see a lot aren't happy. Look, I get people aren't happy with the loss, but look, maybe it's just me. I can't be doom and gloom over a 1-0 loss where we still go through. Can we play better? Yes. But if you're going to have a sloppy performance this month, this was the game to do it in, where if you're going to have a sloppy 1-0 loss, then have a sloppy 1-0 loss where it doesn't affect your season. Because it doesn't affect our season. We're still in the Champions League. We can look forward to the draw on next week, I think, isn't it? And then we'll go from there. Yoss is having a laugh, saying we should sell Salah and re-sign Jerome Sinclair. Go and have a lie down, mate. I'm assuming it's a joke, but my lord. But look, we'll go through it. So half time's 0-0. I thought Jones did okay. I thought Thiago got the minutes.
Yeah, I thought Trent was all right.
I thought Trent was our best player first half.
Virgil was very good.
Yeah.
There was one bit where Lautaro had a chance to go 1-on-1 and he just stopped.
He just gave up.
He just stopped. He looked and he thought,
yeah.
That was, yeah.
The two biggest disappointments for me tonight were Fabinho and Jota. I thought both of them were really
well off it.
Salah was quiet, but he did get involved second half. We'll go into what he didn't do. But that was pretty sloppy, I thought, by Fabinho's high standards. He looked... I thought when they were going to do a sub, I thought he might have been one of the ones to take off like we did in the San Siro. To be fair, Henderson and Keita, when they came on, gave us a lot more control because I know Inter were down to 10, but we made sure they didn't get anything then.
Yeah, I think the thing with Jota looks like he just needs one to go in off his backside. He looks like he needs a goal to get back into... He hasn't been right since he's come back, to be honest.
No,
he's searching for a bit of form. Sadio wasn't great. He was better in the second half when he went central.
He
got more involved. He does look better through the middle.
He does. And Salah, he's going for his bad patch. Look, all strikers do. Because he should score. The scuffed chance he has, he should score. The second chance that hits the post, I mean, to be fair, it's a good connection. And look, I don't know if there it goes in, but he's just going for a little patch. Look, all players are entitled to go through it. Somebody else needs to step up when he's having a slightly off game.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, for all the moaning and groaning that we didn't create anything, we didn't do much. We missed two really easy chances, the Salah one and the Matip one, and he's unlucky with the other one. And then Diaz right at the end really should have buried it. I mean, it's a great last ditch tackle by Vidal, but he should bury it. Yeah. I mean, for them, before they scored, they had the Martinez chance, which went just wide. I think it gets a deflection off Robbo.
Yeah.
And then they had the goal. And
I mean, look,
the rest of them was just very turgid and very scrappy. But
hell of a hit. Absolute it's a hell of a hit.
Because he hadn't really done much before.
No, he'd done nothing. He was anonymous throughout the game. And
didn't fancy taking Virgil. I mean, that's someone put in the comments. Maybe that's why he hit it, because he saw Virgil 1-1 and thought, I'm just going to crack it. I mean,
I said it to you during the game. And I'll put it out to anyone in the chat. That is the first time I can remember us using that kind of a goal kick routine where Virgil took it, because it put Matip right out onto the wing and right out of position. Now, you spotted something, and you were right that Matip was looking for that ball over the top to put Trent in, where Virgil took the goal kick. Alisson put it wide out for Matip to go long, and it was almost like a set piece routine.
It was. And credit to Winter, he cut out Matip's pass probably half an inch higher, half a yard higher. It goes over his foot, and Trent's clean through and they're right back again. And that was the routine. It didn't happen.
When I was and then up until that goal, I thought it was just so comfortable. It was just so really well managed. I just didn't see how they were going to get a goal.
Well, I mean, that's the only way they've got the goal. It's a fabulous strike. And then Sanchez gets himself sent off. I mean, me said at half time, he's probably a little lucky he only got a yellow for the Thiago tackle, because that was high.
When I saw back at the end of the game, it was knee high. The only thing I think that probably saved him was there was no excessive force.
I think that's what it is. I think they took it as that. And then the second one, I've seen lots moaning, saying he gets the ball, getting the ball's not a thing. And getting the ball's not been a thing now for 5-6 years. It's the follow through and it's the force. And do you know what? I don't think he needs to follow through like he does. He can pull out a little bit and probably make sure he doesn't catch him as high. He'll still catch him. He'll always will. But you can see as soon as he caught him, he knew straight, rushed of blood to his head. And for me, that killed it. That killed it for Inter, because then Liverpool then brought in Henderson and Keita and just kept the ball.
Yeah, John there. What are you talking about, Chris? You aren't allowed to have bad patches. These players are robots, Twitter clowns. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, there's a couple of comments in there. Pat Moylan. Look, Pat, you know, in all fairness, I understand where you're coming from, but you can't go long from a goal kick when your forwards are 5'8", 5'7", and 5'5".
And also, we've been passing
figuratively speaking, there's no one to go to.
No, but also we've been doing this pass short routine on the clock for 5 years, and this is the way Liverpool play. There is a level of high risk about it as well. And do you know what? It's the fine line. Sometimes you get caught out and you got to cop for it. Tonight we got caught out over it. Another time that'll happen.
I think Silver Samurai is a great comment there, and I think he's dead spot on. We got complacent due to the comfort, and I think that's an awful lot of it. We were managing the game really, really well, and we got sloppy. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lautaro Martinez, that was a hell of a hit, and I don't care if you had Alisson in there and Alisson was in the right position. He's struggling to get at that. He was in the wrong position, and he just sideswiped it, and the spin on the ball, it kept going away from him. There was nothing Ali could have done. It was a hell of a hit. Brian Jardine in with the super chat there. I've been listening to the podcast since lockdown. Thanks for keeping me going. Brian, thank you very much for the super chat.
Very generous. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So who stood out for you from a Liverpool point of view?
From a Liverpool point of view, I said, I thought Trent was good. I thought his distribution was okay. Henderson, when he came on, was good.
I thought Naby was good when he came on as well, to be fair. Van Dijk, I thought both centre-backs were good. Robbo, I thought his crossing was off today. It wasn't quite himself. I thought Fabinho was pretty average by his standards. I think he got bypassed quite a lot. I think his passing was really off. And I thought all the front three were pretty...
Yeah, I said the front three was
not great. No one stood out in the front three for a good reason.
They were almost too separated from the rest of the pitch, and I don't think, as much as I thought Curtis looked okay when he was on the ball, he didn't link the play up. And you could tell the difference. I mean, granted, when they went down to 10, it got easier. But the link-up play that when Henderson came on, between Henderson and Naby, and Fabinho instantly looked better. He looked more comfortable with those two lads next to him. They offered a level.
Do you know what? That's the first game we've lost starting Fabinho and Thiago, you know?
Yeah. Look,
doesn't happen very often. No. Daddy Pig's not happy with me. I feel like I watched a different game. Lol, Chris is gaslighting me. We were shit. A better team would have knocked us out. We couldn't get up to left score. But it's a bit like if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. The team is the team. And look, also, if we were playing City, if we were playing Chelsea, if we were playing Bayern Munich,
carried away.
We would have. Would you have started that team? I don't think Henderson would have been on the bench. I think you'd have seen different changes for the West Ham game.
I think you'd have seen a higher intensity.
Yeah, because I think it's also, it's not underplaying the opposite, but it's playing the opposition. You know, Liverpool have been accused in the past when we go to Old Trafford is we play the occasion. We don't play the shite that's in front of us. And today we tried to play the team, which is a team we are better than. Can we control it? We didn't quite get the balance right. But look, if we were playing Man City, he doesn't start at 11, I don't think. I think Henderson starts. Thiago maybe isn't risked. Keita probably starts. And Diaz probably starts over Jota. I think he goes with more form players. But you've got to... This is the time to give players minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see Fabinho start against Brighton. Because I think he needs to be taken out for a game.
No,
I think it may be Henderson and the 6, and then you play Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson against Arsenal.
No, I honestly.
So I would probably say that's out of 2 games. I'd say that's the harder one. Arsenal are in better form than Brighton.
Look, I was on I don't know. I can't remember what night. It might have been a post-game show with Gav that I was on, or it was one show recently, and I said on there that we can't play to get a draw. We can't play a defensive type of game, and I stand by that. And for me, tonight proved it. That the way to manage a game is to go out and win it and then control it. I understand it was halftime and we were 2-0 up. And if you take it in that context, it's fine. But look, Inter are a decent side. And if we can't get our intensity from there to there in a game, then you have to start at a higher level to come down. And that's my worry going through the last
Kev, is your telly getting closer? People think your telly's getting possessed.
No, that's my worry going into the latter stages of knockout of the Champions League. The intensity in the games have to be right. I mean, look, we're through. For all the doom and gloom, we
don't have to worry about this now till April. That's the next.
Exactly.
That's the next.
Gone. We're into the last 8. We're into the draw, and Silver Samurai spot on. You'll forgive tonight's performance if we lift to 7. Yeah, and that's all it is. You know, it's minutes and legs that needed minutes. Nobody exerted themselves. Nobody got injured, thank God, by the looks of it. And with better finishing, we come out of that with a 3 or 4-1 win, and everyone is in here absolutely loving life and can't wait for the weekend. You know, it's goals change games.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, Jonathan's saying that we looked a bit gassed and it feels like we're having a mini slump the last few games. Just need to grind out the next few games and the performances will come.
You don't also know we'll never know. Is it the euphoria after winning the cup game? Because as soon as you win the cup final, you bang into the next 2 or 3 games. Sometimes that can take a while to get used to. Because was last time Liverpool won a cup mid-season? You know, it's again another psychological. I think that might be a thing.
No, I don't buy that one. But what I would say is that I don't care if you're Brazil 1970, Holland from 74, Man City, Barcelona, whatever side you want to name out through history. Every side goes through a period where it just doesn't click. Yeah. And for the last few games, it hasn't clicked. But we've got wins. I mean, tonight was disappointing. I hate losing games, but I'd have hated to lose a game a lot more if there was 3 points on the line in the league.
Yeah.
Whereas definitely. Tonight, like you said, and you're right in what you say, and it boils my piss when you are right. But no, it's
very rare it happens, so don't worry about it.
But it is, if you were going to have a shocker, if you were going to have a bad night in front of goal,
this is the one that does the least damage.
And you just knew when Mo hit the post for the first time after Matip, you just thought, ain't going to happen. Just get through now. You know, and you often, how many times do you see those games where you rattle the keeper, your crossbars there's paint coming off of it, and no matter what you do, it just doesn't happen for you. It just felt like that in front of the goal. You know, I'd be more worried if we weren't getting chances. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we're still creating plenty. That was the problem we had last season. I mean, there were many other problems, but last season when we were losing games, we weren't even creating anything. You sat there going, I couldn't remember us having a shot. It wasn't like one of those. It's just a bit of a.
Who impressed you from Inter? If players were coming on the market, who would you be like? Oh, I wouldn't mind having a look at him.
Well, I wouldn't buy him now because he's 58 years old.
Yeah,
but Vidal actually.
Yeah, Arturo Vidal was really good tonight. Wasn't he?
The young centre back, Bastoni. He did very well. You know.
Yeah. I think Tottenham were looking at Skriniar at the start of last season.
Yeah, I think he's done it to us in the past. I think he's good. I can't make man of Lautaro Martinez. I was a fan, but from what I've seen, I mean, listen, he scores a wonder goal, so it doesn't look stupid now. But before that, I was always thinking, like, doesn't look quick enough. Looks like it's a bit easy to bully. Is it just because if he's in a better side, he'd be a better player?
I don't know, because I've seen him for Argentina and I don't rate him.
Yeah, he looked better. He looks better in a two, but
in there is absolutely spot on. Barella.
Yep,
Barella is an absolute quality player that I think would thrive in this league. Now, whether it's someone that we would go for over some of the other targets that we're supposedly linked with, I don't know. But if you're looking for a box-to-box mid, I would be definitely giving him a once-over before the end of the season, for sure. Brozovic, Curtis, Brozovic, I think Father Time is starting to catch up with him now, but yeah, very good player. Perisic, I thought as well, very, very good player. Madge Apple? Mo was philosophical after the game. We should be too. Yeah, you know what?
He was very much like, I hit the post twice, and another day, maybe next time I'll get 3.
Yeah.
Which I think he could afford to be philosophical. I mean, that's what he's saying publicly. I bet you internally he's raging because he's that type of character. Manny and Jota, I think, are very similar characters. They'll be raging. And listen, in some ways, maybe that this could be the perfect result for Klopp. He's into the next round.
Yeah.
But now he can have a few home truths with a few players now going, right, that doesn't happen again. Yeah. You know, this needs to improve, that needs to improve. The level needs to be here now. You know, you can see the level improve when Henson and Keita came on. The possession was sharper, smarter, quicker. You know, nearly got the equaliser with the Diaz chance. So, in the long term, it could actually be a perfect result for us because then we can go.
Well, time will tell on that one. Thor's got a good comment there. Who impressed with Inter? The ref. He was shocking, and I was really surprised.
Because you may have said we've had that ref we've had for the 4-0 over Barcelona, the 4-3 over Dortmund. So he's actually quite a lucky ref for us. But in general, he's actually a good referee. He's one of the better ones on the circuit. But he was absolute shite tonight. He just didn't have any sort of control of the game. You know, I mean, we had like the madness of the lines running on the pitch to give an offside, which was just crackers.
That was the worst game I've ever seen him officiate.
But you may have said he's normally actually quite a strong, very decent referee. Yeah. He went from he let everything go, which led to some silly tackles.
Yeah.
To the last 15 minutes, it was you need to look at someone and it was a free, and then Salah gets WWE slammed into the crowd, and he goes, no, that's all right. Go on with that.
I mean,
Daddy like Pig saying, hey, Chris, do we agree on paper our front 3 is strong, our back 5 was our best, the midfield was okay, close to strong, and then we performed like that. We performed like that. We have to upset. Look, people could be upset. I'm not going to tell anyone how to act. Act how you want. Am I disappointed we lost? Yeah, because I don't ever like seeing Liverpool lose. But on the whole, it's one of those performances we just got it. We got through. The more important thing was we got through. Now we can concentrate on Brighton. That's all I care about. You know, I quite like the fact we're in the situation where we're disappointed that going into the quarterfinals of the loss is a pain. I'd rather be in that situation than playing well and getting beat, which we've done that plenty of times in the past, especially, and we've done it in Europe as well. Played well and got beat. You know, look at Atletico Madrid game a couple of years ago. We were brilliant, but we still got beat. So,
yeah, I think. I mean, the other thing is, if we'd have won 3-1 tonight, could have papered over a fair few cracks. That it's not the worst thing in the world to.
This keeps them. This is a good thing for Klopp to keep them honest now, because he can now start to have a go at a few of them. That's not good enough. You need to pull your weight out there. I thought Jones did okay.
But that was the thing.
He's the barometer. I mean, social media. He's a big barometer that everyone hates him. It just seems to be. I think he's like the new Danny Murphy. There's got to be someone that everyone hates, and it was Degsy Lover, and they always find some. There's always someone. I thought he was fine.
I thought he did. I thought the 3 that started. He was the one I wasn't too fussed about. So Thiago grew into rusty. The game.
Yeah, but I mean, what did he get, Thiago? An hour, 70 minutes?
Yeah, I think when he got a kick in the leg, that almost woke him up, and he was better after it.
In some ways, that sounds all right. That was good to see, because it's not in your head now. You go, well, he's just been wiped out, and he's got up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? When a player comes back from an injury, sometimes they need a bit of a. It's all like someone cracks you, and then they go and they get up. They go, oh, I'm all right. You know, if you don't see it all the time, but you know, let's see what happens.
This is the thing. I think
if we draw loose to Brighton, fans will say after tonight it's been coming, and we can write off, and we can't write off tonight's performance. Yeah, well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but we don't know that. You know, we could lose. We could lose to Brighton because we have the nonsense penalty that we had last season. Remember?
Yeah, and in fairness, Brighton. I think Brighton, did they get a draw at Anfield? Did they beat us? I can't remember.
They drew at Anfield 2-2. We were 2-0 up.
That was it.
Had a third disallowed, and then to the second half we were just dog shit. But we were playing the midfield then of Henderson, Cater, and Chamberlain. And I've said for a while, I don't think Cater and Chamberlain give you the balance together. I think it has to be one or the other. So I always think Liverpool's balance looks best when it's two of Henderson, Thiago, or Fabinho. Generally, as long as you have two of those three,
we'll talk about well. We'll definitely cover Brighton on Friday, but they're so hot and cold. You don't know what you're going to get with them. They can be really good, or they can fall apart. I mean, I hope it's the latter because, the games are pretty much non-stop now from now until we either go all the way in Europe or we end in Europe or we end in a cup competition. But if we stay in all of them,
just to top it off, on BetMate we came 16th. 10 points off the money. We're doing well.
We had absolutely no influence on those decisions whatsoever.
No.
That was last night's map.